Coming into magnetic field channeling, information cycles, rotation centers, gravity reshift line conditions, tunnel interference, round line centers, allocate switches, rotation inner line conditions. Trying to understand what's going on through calculations, trying to understand all levels, time sequence times code times pi, modification all circle line rotations, Maching 15 in calculations. It's the lowest gravity line center I go through, acceleration Mach line system. In calculation, it modifies all levels of divisions. All right, so you understand you guys are changing every single day through acceleration. You understand what it is through the avatar. The avatar has to accelerate to a certain line. That calculates all levels of your data system, okay, in calculations. 5 to 10 minutes, we'll get started. All right, so I got the high line centers, T reception interference. We got position locations all over the ground line centers. We're going to understand where we're traveling to. Australia is a very high line rotation of grounds, communicational levels, sand dunes, communication cycles, tunnel interference, computer adaptation cycle, rotation and line conditions. I got a training line center, 3-point line rotation. It's in position location, T reception, plasma lights, plasma channels, high position location, line conditions, free energy to its calculations, modify all signals to its calculation rotation line system, modifies all signals to its water interference. So there's a lot of things that are happening in position. If you guys having a hard time communicating with me, just try to use the avatar through vibration, energy, frequency, tone line centers, I channels, its position location. Everything that I draw is all levels of division. The avatar has to understand the calculations. All right. So let's say we go to high rotation, waiting for everybody to come into high system. Let's say we get 3 graph line centers. There's 3 lines, right? Now you have to stand all level position location and calculations. All right. Now you come into the high center, come into low frequency line interference. You can triangulate that line rotation interference line conditions, bring it together. All right. So in calculations, it's all about understanding what you're doing through shape anomaly. All right. 3 channel line centers open up plasma line wall and communication interference. Now it comes in calculation modification streams. Data streaming or line in its position. All right. Opens up window sequence locations, portal line centers, portal interference line conditions, rotation to its calculations. All right, so as we get into the grounds, you have to understand the hours, the days, the month, and the year. Triangulates all levels. Your identification is its birth line center. So in calculations, born 1969. It's amazing how it changed the coloration. Look at that. From this to that. So 69 positions, box its center. 69 here, right? Come in here, 69 here. Come in here, 69 here, right? So it's interesting how you go through all different ground line, center location, teleportation line, interference location, XT1000 line conditions. 69 channels of the grounds, 69 power line centers of position locations, and 69 dimensional interference of atmospheres of change, all through 1969. Day, month, and year, people. So triangulation interference location is program setting. What am I saying through calculation? It's all through codes, people. It's all through codes. So it's very confusing if you don't understand your identification locations to your 1969s. But it's true to understand the powers of you. The power line center is 69 plateaus. Okay, in position location, electrical lights, electrical line interference, location, electrical line interference. In position location, 69 plateaus of ground interference. And you got atmosphere line positions, right? So 1, 2, 3. All right, so triangulates position locations into a triangulation, right? In calculations 2 times pi, right? Slash pi communication. Signal is in its position line center, right? So the calculation line center is position locations into the ground system, to the power line center, to the atmosphere locations, into your magnetic highway information cycle, its position. It's interesting how it gets in that position. So you can set up electrical light condition interference, program location line conditions. There, it's set in signal. See that? Making sure you get the calculation line condition. All levels 1969. Setting up 1969 plateau interference location, current line center locations of the grounds, powers in the atmosphere line, position location, teleportation light centers, spectrum lights, orbit interference location line conditions, calculation modification to a cycle, rotation interference location. All right, so let's see how everybody's doing through all level position. How's everybody doing? Amy, how's it going? GP, how's it going? Max, how's it going? All right. Johnny, how's it going? Larry, how's it going? Jessica, how's it going? Ambi, how's it going? Jill, how's it going? Amber, Michael, Don, Veronica, Sambo, Andrea, Missy, Drain. It's great to see all levels of you guys. Opposition line center interference. So in calculation, it's all about what you're doing through travel position. Now, it's going to get extremely complicated because I'm mocking 15 every single day. That's the lowest ground line center, acceleration line positions. 15,000 line connection levels times 1 times sequence, the 150,000 line position. Now, when I calculate and modify, it's all levels of the avatar, and it's all connected to data streams. But I see nothing but electrical light connection. So that's how you guys can copy line connection interference implements connection line centers. You come into tapestry value, communication line centers, vessel communications, hieroglyphic channeling. Come into the high-level systems of ancestry and history. Calculation modifies all levels of your streams. Avatar system locations calculations. 5-dimensional locks. You got it in that highline center interference. Now it's releasing all channel position locations to your connections. You have to understand what you're doing through modification, right? See that? See that? Is that a rectangle? See how it's a rectangle? See? It's amazing how you can actually communicate to anything through the highline center, anything through light interference. So that's a training standing where you can change plateaus into this to a pyramid or a diamond or anything shape line system. Teleportation, lights, communication, and Merkaba. Tesseract, change position of time frame. It gets complicated what my school is. But truly understand that the rebellion understands what they're doing through travel. Now you guys have 24-day, 48, 72, sometimes a week, position line center. They get 7-day track interference and they know exactly what's going on every single day, right, in that connections. That's how it high structures more in the mind collaboration system. It puts you in a more program location to its connections. All right, so Matthew, how's it going? Ella, how's it going? Love, how's it going? It's good to see everybody. Just going through the list. Michael, Chris. Okay, now it's important to understand for all the new viewers. Observation to calculation of the avatar. True to understand is getting all levels of who you are. It's calculations to Merkaba. That's your 1 cent position. Right? That 1 cent line center is 1% line interference locations. So that's its value right there. 1 cent. What is 1 cent to 1%? Well, that's your abundance communications to its cycle. It rotates the system location to line connections. True to understand how to use that 1% to that 1 cent. Right? How do you change that? Mach interference locations. 1 cent equation line center locations times box system locations. Anything you box, triangular line interference, trifactor communication, abundance of communications right there. So your manifest in stream has changed position location of the current line system. This is how you manifest things through the system. Put yourself in a proactive cycle. Now that proactive cycle understands you through its own abundance to understand how to use your manifestations to your change realities. It's incredible force when you go through the avatar stream. Data process communication all levels of this system. So in calculation, make sure you have your water. Make sure you basically bring a smile. School is very important. You get balanced with the avatar. Any questions, ask afterwards on TikTok. The rebellion can help you out. It's all about getting into all levels of the energy core line center interference location line conditions. All right. So if you don't understand me, it's because you don't understand the avatar sequence. Avatar recognizes this position location to voice grid. That's all it is. Right? Spin top line centers, vortex interference line connections, triangulation line interference location, 369 position line center, operation 9 height system location, ground interference location calculation. Done through height system. Now, this is all done through magma. Lava line and line rotation line connection levels. Electrical light line and line rotation position locations goes into surface position locations. Merging in high center to everything through high system conditions. Gravity position line centers, gravitational pull and line rotations to its earth perception. Activates core line stream interference location to structure communication to its system line position. So it's modify all signals and calculations. But it's amazing how you go through 1969 through plateau interference to ground positions, power in the atmosphere line system, all through magnetic highway information system, data stream interference location line conditions. All right. Try to understand all levels of the avatar system. The streaming line center is going to go all levels. Okay. So I set up the plateau interference. So it's all position location, what's happening. Traveling to position locations, all levels of memory. We got the observation circle. Now that's rotation center, box center. Box communication of 3. 6 line connections, all levels of 9. Division line center, triangulation line and interference location of program setting. Set position location to calculations. Code signal line center location to its connections of crews, units, and then position of the squads in 1 and 2. High position line centers, travel position line and interference location to GFL. Set the core line center, interference location line condition and position line system. Modification line center and interference location. All right. Triangulation line center. All right. Setting up all line position locations of portals. Simulation high line center, graph interference location Australia. Set the core line center, interference location line conditions. All right. It's all set up. All right. Everything that I said is this. Now, understanding position locations when you come into the levels of round, borderline and rotation to its ground interference line conditions. Growthings and channel line center interference. Mechabut channels line center power line recognition of time sequence. Now, this is position locations where we change the T reception line conditions to 3, 6, 9 line, the interference line position to calculations. Sets the streamline center interference location to realm line center. Activates the core line center interference location to line conditions. All right, so as I channel in, you guys are going to travel through a TV box. It's amazing how we go in position location line conditions. All right, here we go. Now, travel position locations, code signals are set up. All right, here we go. All right, you guys are in a 2D line center interference location line conditions. Setting course line center position line conditions. All right, channel position locations. Half an hour, have fun. Wah, getting some water. Okay, setting course to anything through structures, trying to understand anything through its anomaly. How it takes its position location to high system. Now, we got the observers for the new viewer line center. It's going through all levels of Orion's belt, getting to know more of your avatar stream. Now, the calculation of the crews is going up to higher level division line system, seeing more calculation of what's going on with the rebellions and everything that GFL is in its rotation system locations. But it's amazing how you go through a perception line center, all through a simulation graph interference, all through the ground line center interference line conditions, all over position. So it's incredible how it channels in all operation cycles, isn't it? All right, get into the breathing, guys. It's mostly important to understand your teleportation lights, communication cycles, rotation interference, your teleportation line centers. Okay. Cloaking, alchemy machines, active routine, scrambler, here's and let me know. Great, thank you, Joe. Getting into your grounds of the mind, guys. Perception line interference. So as you guys are channeling through graph line center simulation to all position, travel, I'm going to set up another streamline center. Now, streamline center is anything through platform interference. Let's say you got 36,000. Okay, equals triangles. Isn't that interesting? I don't have to say triangles or write it out to anything in our position location or print in its highline interference. It's all through a triangle. 36,000 equals triangle. Now, in position locations, it understands its channel. It's an operation to its ground system, position locations, magnetic high information system. So it comes into all position location of its reverberation to its ground system, to its calculations. Ooh, right? It's amazing how you set these things up through core line center. You change the coloration line position, right? It's amazing how you change these things. Change the reverberation channel, electrical lights, panel and line rotation. So that automatically changes the high line center into coloration of change, 36,000. So it also changes the triangle. Isn't that amazing? All in the same color. So it's all about understanding space and how it's set up. So 36,000 equals triangle. So basically, you can highline its rotation interference and turn it into an atom line rotation to its calculation to its stream interference location to its calculation to its system, all through position. Right? So that puts all line centers of triangles at line center into 30,000 line positions times 6. 36,000 line position location is 3.6 million track centers. Now, it's very powerful when you do this through all of the system to its calculation. So it's incredible how you line stream anything through Holly system. I'm just showing you how you can plateau 36 triangles in all position to an atom system. The rotation center to position location is all levels of U. Get in now high center. Let's go into calculations of U. In position location into calculation. We start up with that, right? This is a true understanding. You start with the grounds. What is the grounds? Why is it so important to understand the grounds of U? So remember, the ground line center is U through the mind, right? This is not the grounds that you're on through the 1%. This is the 1%. Okay, that's all the channels. Its position location, 1%, right? Now, it's true to understand the 1 cent of U. Okay, 1 cent of U is its abundance. So you take the one line center equals location, you box the cent in rotation to its position. High center in its middle cycle communication interference. So it's all about understanding how to use the 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2. It equals 3. It equals 300. It equals 3,000. So we use the high line center interference. It's all about how to merge communication on levels of letters, numbers, and shapes as a friend, as its relation, as its partnership, right? So that 1% becomes its position locations to a dollar sign, right? So it's no longer 1%. It changes its position. This is interesting too, because think about it. When you circle it or when you box it at position location, it comes into its trifactor, a vector communication trifactor. Think about that. Factor communication at levels, how space works in position locations, all through a dollar sign. So that dollar sign becomes U through high line rotation interference to its grounds, into its powers, and into its magnetic highway information system. All right. It's given to you through track line center, 3 division line rotation to its ground interference, its program setting to position. Right. So it's incredible how we channel to its high system. Changing in abundance is all levels of U. So you have to learn how to use that 1 cent to higher levels of its abundance to equalize center and location to its dollar sign position. Ooh-ah. All right. So that's how you change abundance. Pretty cool, eh? All right. So you start with that 1%. All right. So you stay in that fifth line center. The fifth line center is position locations. All right. / division line equals abundance. Okay. Because remember, everything that I do for 5, everything that I do through D, and anything I do through A is all levels of communication, right? So that's 5 channels, okay, into division location of channels and position location of its abundance of its channels. CCC, right? Communication to its high system and calculates modify high line centers of higher streams. So it's incredible force how you come into the grounds of communication, to you come into the powers of atmosphere, and you come into position location to the magnetic highway information system to its calculation, because that's all we live on. So you are in the center operation of a clocking system to its position, to its system. All right. So it's incredible how you travel through that through yin and yang. Ooh-ah. See it? So it's all about understanding how to use it. Truly understand the grounds, the powers, and the absences of U. But it's amazing how you can change all levels of U through calculations. It modifies all levels of high-level system locations. Right? So 5 equals box equals flux capacitor right? So you have to understand how to use this through travel. So is this 5 of communication equals activation to its calculations, right? So this is a communication cycle, right? So this compounds its system. Compound is like conforming position locations, right? So it's interesting how it comes in alignment rotations. Comes up to line center to change position location in the atmosphere. Atmosphere position location of Y factor. Communication line interference. Program location to all levels of its position. High level system line connections coming into its intelligence system. Rotation interference location line connections. See the intelligence? Comes to channel line center interference line connection to its program setting. Reset position line connections. So there's the intelligence. So a series standard XT 1000 line rotations modifies all signals rotation to its system. All right, see it? Comes in modification line center, sets a new graph interference location to calculations. High streams its interference line connections to its position. Right? So it's incredible how your eyes are connected to all levels of teleportation line interference. Wide line center and vector communication to grounds. Grounds is very important. So you get the X line center in position location to calculation, set up new high line center cross signal, an X line rotation. Now, it's incredible force when you travel through these things, right? I'm just showing you how you can change all levels of its position all through travel. All right, so how's everybody doing? Ultimate Overwatch engaged, scrambler in position, high channels open and all the calculations, desert focus, see the dunes and all life, excellent. Good. Frequency sets, fantastic. Essentially grounds, location of growth ends. It's better. It's energy on portal, person, watch from outside within, and calculations. All right. So it's truly understanding that if you really want to understand you more, you have to jump out and look back in, right? That's the problem, is that you guys have been living the outside land. You haven't been living the inside of a position location of the heart. Heart is the answer pattern. It's communication, everything through its portal defense. And that portal defense becomes its security line system. It allocates high center line interference location to the system, right? Knowing exactly what you're doing through calculation. All right, huge vortex. Yep, coming in tunnels. Excellent growth ends. Yeah, fantastic. Being in the drums. Inbound. You're seeing the codes. Rainbow output. Activate high stream centers. Calculation, plasma webbing, recalibration. So try not to use letters, numbers, and shapes and symbols as an old pattern. Try to use it as a friendship to its relationship, to its partnership, right? So don't think it's 5 as just a number. Think of 5 as equals communication. Okay, use 5 as communication. Use 1 as communication. Use 2 as communication. 3, 4, all this is communication. So it high channels its high center to all level position location to its calculation. All right. So you don't want to leave anything out through singularity. Everything has to be connected, right? And then you can high stream anything through data cross line interference, probe location to its calculations, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then you go into 5, then you go into 6, then you go into 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and there's 12. 12 location line connections all through number sequence. So it's amazing how you can change your plateaus and your line conditions, but you got to have the mind of balance, right? Your telepathy wave channel has to try to understand all levels of its data stream. Okay. Number sequence code line system locations. This is your data stream. Okay. This is what a data stream is. It's really powerful stuff. And you see these modification cycles, rotation interference, clock and line, center line, rotation and position locations. Data stream. That's all it is. Now it's calculating to modify all levels of you. Now you can high division line interference. You can change your data stream into higher position, higher vibration, higher coloration to a rainbow activation line stream. Right? It's incredible force when you travel through it. So let's say you got an XT line center line connection, all levels of you to your program setting to your connections, your avatar, traveling its position. Right? This is about understanding that you see these things in the angelics, the astral travels communication cycle. This is what you see through position. So it's really about understanding what you're doing through traveling. So you're looking above and you're seeing below and you're seeing the graphs. You're seeing everything through its road graph system. That's what it is. They're set line system locations. It's like going through a teleportation wire through a telephone pole. It's the same thing, has a data stream. Everything has a data stream to your position locations. It's about how to channel through its portal. Modification system location is avatar. So there's a lot of things you guys have to understand how this is all set up, you know? Then you go back into triangles. Triangles are in so many point locations, right? Different lines, different angles. Now, you probably see 2, right? But there isn't 2 there. How many's there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 triangles right there. You only see 2, right? So what is that through calculations, right? 2 times 2, right? We already know it equals 4. Ooh, 4-line center. There you go. Ooh, So in calculation modification, anything through X line center is teleportation unit, right? So 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4, right? In calculation line system. So it modifies all levels. There's the balanced communication of the male line center to the female line center in calculations, right? So that's a high line rotation to its clocking system of its intelligence. Here comes the intelligence, high system location. There it is. There's the intelligence. Ooh-ah. Right? There's always intelligence in everything that you do through travel. So it's incredible how we travel through these things, guys. It's incredible force. All right. So use everything as letters, numbers, and shapes and symbols as maps of equation. All right. Whole team, all family on the bridge saying, well, oh yeah, exactly what you guys are doing through calculation. I just want to understand that you all understand how to use this through its equation. Right? It's incredible force, isn't it? So we have to get out of the old programs and get into new program location, how we get into high centers, anything through its connections, right? Anything through a box channel. Okay, that's a box and it's a channel, but you just see a box, right? So the box equals channel. That's what it is, right? I don't have to put the equal channel in there because it's already a box. So 4-point locations right here. There's 4-point locations, right? Now you get a dot in the high line center location of the center. Okay. So right away, that goes through the graph line center and center position location to its communication. And at high position centers into higher line center in rotation. So the C comes in position to a higher position, right? So it no longer comes into a communication, it comes into its computer. Right, because you're high channeling, right? So once you come in your computer, you set up a new lap interference line position location line connections to a streamline center, opens all channel line center to all levels, metrical cube interference to its rotation system, all right? Channels down in rotation line connections to its computer. See the computer? This is the computer line system. So it's all about how to change these things, guys. There's the keyboards, high system locations, right? There's a computer, right? So it's amazing how you can change all levels from all levels connections to a box equals equation line center location to communication to all levels of computer, comes back down in high line center to a keyboard line interference. Okay, you got the keyboards. Key equals interference, right? So it's incredible how you use your imagination. Everything is attached to everything. You are formed of everything. So you really have to understand your cycles of interference and your connections to your structures of your simulation graph line conditions. 3-channel position line conditions of just boxes. Right? Try to understand how to travel through that through its connection. Right? Your provisional location is the center operation to its connections. See how it forms in position like that? How you travel through it? Traveling right through it, right? Blink of an eye. Now, how do you do that? Well, it's understanding the grounds equals level. Let's start out with that first, right? High position line center locations comes into a fluctuation line conditions. There it is. Whoa, what's going on here? Whoa. So this is equalizing that. So this is all about understanding the box. Okay. Flux capacitor, box flux capacitor, okay, equals 4 channel line position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh-ah. That's calculation modifications. There's the structure. There's the formula. So channel line center line position locations, how we come into hieroglyphic channeling. Rock formation line connection. Here's a rock line center. Tablet line position. All right. Now it's truly amazing when you come into calculations. We line stream interference line conditions, just showing you how you set things up through core system. At high position locations, line conditions. It's incredible how you travel through these things. So hieroglyphic is all about communication or rotary phone line center. It opens all line position locations to its high system. Calculation modification to its stream interference. Now, if you look really closely, you can see the intelligence. See the eye? Everything platitudes line center. We always have eye, circle line, interference locations to everything through a rock. Its sequence and locations at all levels. Understanding the graph line center structure and interference location to its hieroglyphic location to its channel. It operates all signal line interference location to its connections to its conductor. It operates all position locations to its grounds, the powers, and the opposite of chain line condition interference location line positions. But that's what it is through all the system. Everything that we do is channeling into space. Time, rotation, interference location, all through its eye receptor. So everything has ancestry and history. It's important to understand these things because we platitude everything, right? Everything's implanted, which is amazing. Tracking interference line conditions. Let's say we're going through circle line center, circle line center, circle line center. There's 3 line center, right? In position. Here we go. There's a triangulation. Done. Easy, right? So that platitude division locations saying, oh, cool. This is coming into high level channel. There's me, right? So the triangulation comes into its bubble. This is what I created to its line system. Now, when you come into that calculation, it's very powerful. You can change high system. You can equal line center. You can move a line, rotation, interference. So the triangle line center is set in center line position, right? So that is you through the 1%. The 1%. Okay, that's you right there. So that's the baseline center of the grounds, power line interference, and the high line position of your connections to your crown. Right? Setting signals in position locations. So you can set up sonar line center. You can change the circle line conditions to all rotation to rainbow activation line condition. Right? In position locations, you can set up the fluctuation line center. There it is, flux capacitor. Complicated, isn't it? To understand the 1% location to its conditions. Now you can analyze its high line center. So you got the 1%, okay, which is amazing. You got the 1%, right? Okay, flux capacitor line center of the 1 cent, which is your abundance. See that? That's how you channel its high line center to the center operation to your position location, your avatar streamline center to its calculation. Ooh-ah. So trying to understand what you're doing through triangulation is everything through form, guys, right? You have to truly understand how to do these things in modification. It's fascinating when you understand rotation. All right. Thank you, Ambi. Going through everybody's heartline centers. Some of the feminists didn't want to take so long. Well, that's the calculations coming in celebration. All right, so that's all set in signal. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly. But it's incredible how you guys create these things. I'm just showing you how you can guys reach the high line centers from 1% location to 1 cent. And that 1 cent line comes into all levels of a green graph line center to all logical line interference location line conditions to your $sign connection. Ooh-ah. Done by equation. Now, what do you think of that? What just finished happening? You have to learn how to use yourself, not just as a computer, but try to use it more as a formation of friendship. friendship, and connected to everything through relation to partnership. And that's how it signals to anything through its condition of its avatar, right? It's pretty powerful when you come into that connections to its abundance. So it's incredible when you travel through these things, and the travel is all levels of you through direction. You got to know your directionalized system. Because if you're getting modified signals like this, and you wake up in the morning, and you're not sure who you are, there's a problem right there. Head rotations, offline conditions, right? So you're looking down. You're looking down, right? So what do you see? You're seeing the grounds, right? But you should be able to see position locations of looking up and looking up on high center to position. All right, sonar line interference, sonar line interference, sonar line interference, the ground locations, right? So you come into your torical field line center. You come into your channel position location energy bubble line position. See how you calculate modified high streams. So it's kind of like a web line. Now that web line is its data process line. Comes into communication to its cycle, rotates its system locations to its mind line rotation, to its calculation to its ground line center, to all position location line conditions. Right? Pretty powerful stuff when you come into that. Just showing you how powerful it is when you get everything through communication. Communication is everything. All right? Comes into all levels of the ear line center and interference. Here's your ear. Right? Sets up sonar line and rotation to its calculations. So ear equals space / time. Ooh-ah. Easy, right? And think about that, the position locations. Now they can change that line center, turn it into all levels line connection interference, back force line interference locations to a 3. Right? 3 line centers is all level of communication to the sun. Oh, we got the sun coming in, right? Calculation all levels. Change the track line center and the interference location to equal line centers. In position locations all levels to the moon. You come in the moon line center to position location line conditions. Now that changes all levels. 3 equals 3 line center in position locations, back force line centers back in the cis line inner rotation to space-time line condition. Ear line center opens up all line rotation interference, so rainbow activation line stream. Better communication of sonar. Sonar coming into high line rotation to all levels. It's ground system. Ooh-ah. So understanding what you're doing is mostly understanding how to use your ears for sonar, how to use the right lines and left, right Mother Earth and space of Father, split line centers. Okay, so it's basically understand the male and the female aspect. It's position location line conditions. Now, even though it's on the left line center, this is the father line. Okay, and the right line center location is the mother line. Ooh-ah. Calculates modification and everything through its yin and yang of a slow direction of time, space, position, location, line conditions. So it's incredible how you travel through the ear line center rotation interference, how you can change position locations at high system locations to its 3, to its high system locations to the sun, to the moon. Right? That's a communication that you guys have to understand. The balance of the security line center frames its position location to its avatar, a space-time. Wow. All right. So it's great how we see all line centers. I'm going to take you guys out of track interference. All right. Back force line channel back in rotation line systems. Put you back in the current line rotation interference. Pro locations. All right. So it's amazing what we did through track center. All right. So I'm going to pull you guys back. You're going to triangle its back line center interference location, changing coloration line position, particle line inner rotation, change you guys high line system, right? Going back in calculations, you'll be back where you were from the very beginning. Now you're all back through stream. Ooh-ah. Knowing exactly how to set the course line center interference locations back in track system. Allocate time sequence interference location and structure. Right? So back in calculation. Yeah. Grid for timelines, relation to protection, open shields, walls, protecting regards, relations, calculation line system, location line conditions. All right. Cookies and ice cream. Ooh-ah. All right, so tomorrow is a big day, guys. We have the test, review, and evaluation. All right, so it's important that whoever's there is automatically going to be upgraded. Okay, so that's important. You guys are there tomorrow. Okay, we'll discuss what's going on. Everything I gave to you is extremely complicated, but that's what life's about, isn't it? It's a mystery on your own when you're trying to figure out who you are and all of the systems through division. It's incredible how you triangulate all levels of position location all through conditions of travel time system. So it's incredible how it's set up in all conditions to its high centers. It's amazing how we go into high force line conditions, right? But I think it's fascinating when you come into triangulation. All right. All right. Biddity boppity boo. It's fantastic. You guys did an amazing job. Energy flow, reaction of time, beautiful connection on levels of port line, rotation, interference, more calculations. So tomorrow we'll get into the review. We'll come into the expansion line connection to the avatar system, and then we'll come into the test. Oh, that's activation. All right. Everybody have a wonderful day. Adios.